Rain always falls when I go out to complete a mission, as if the heavens themselves know I'm about to kill. After this, I'm free. That's what they told me. The objective is simple. Kill the Alpha King's son. Take the royal bloodstone he carries. Return. Simple. But when I reach the castle courtyard, there are already screams. Already blood on the wet cobblestones. The shadow wolves got here before me. They're slaughtering the guards. They're here for the same thing I am. For the bloodstone. It doesn't matter. I draw my twin blades and advance through smoke and fire. I step over fallen guards. Some are still moving. Not my problem. I keep going. I reach the central corridor. The last defenders guard a door. 5, maybe 6. They're wounded but still fighting. They see me, raise their weapons. They won't let me pass. I don't have time for this. The world explodes in steel and screams. I move like water through stone. Fluid, unstoppable, inevitable. My blades sing their familiar song. 1 falls, 2, 3. A blade catches my side. Pain blooms white hot. I spin. My weapon finds the guard's throat. The door is open now, red with my blood and theirs. I stagger through. The chamber beyond is chaos. Tapestries burning, windows shattered. And in the center, a boy, no more than 8 years old. Dark hair, eyes like molten gold, hands raised in defense even though he's trembling. The Alpha King's cub, my target. Behind him, pressed against the wall, a girl, maybe 16. Simple dress. Omega sent. A servant, I think at first, but the way she stands between me and the boy tells me everything. She's his shield. The shadow wolf tears through the window behind them. Massive, snarling, claws extended. It goes for the boy. I don't think. My body moves before my mind catches up. I throw myself between them and the monster. My blade finds its throat, but its claws find my chest. We go down together in a tangle of blood and fur. The last thing I see before darkness takes me is the castle collapsing in flames. And the rain. Always the rain. I wake to sharp pain in my side. I open my eyes. Gray sky. Cold stone beneath my back. I'm not dead. I lift my head. She's kneeling beside me. The Omega girl. Her hands glow with soft silver light over my wound. She's healing me. She sees me wake. Immediately pulls back. Puts distance between us. We stare at each other in silence. She's exhausted. I can see it in how she trembles. Her simple brown dress is torn and stained with ash. Her dark blonde hair falls in tangles around her face. She has kind eyes. Dangerously kind. Then those eyes close. She sways and falls sideways, unconscious on the stone. I force myself upright. The pain protests, but I ignore it. I've had worse. I walk to her. She's completely vulnerable, defenseless. I draw one of my blades. The steel gleams in the gray light. It's simple. I complete the mission here. The boy is surely dead in the ruins. I take the bloodstone, return to the master. Simple. I raise my weapon over her. But something stops me. It's not mercy. I don't know what it is. I only know my hand won't move. The blade stays frozen in the air. She saved me. When she could have let me die on the stones, she saved me. Why? It makes no sense. I look around. Forest clearing, dense trees, a small stream nearby. No signs of civilization. I sheathe my blade and explore. Nothing. Just wilderness in every direction. When I return, she's still unconscious. I build a fire, hunt a rabbit, cook it. She wakes as the sun sets, sits up slowly, wincing, sees me across the fire. Tenses. I gesture to the cooked meat. Eat. She stares at me like I'm a wild animal that might attack. Which I suppose I am. You're the assassin, she says. Her voice is soft but steady. You came to kill Prince Damien. No point lying. Yes. Where is he? Dead, most likely. The castle fell. She closes her eyes. A single tear slides down her cheek. He was 8 years old, she whispers. I know. And you were going to... Yes. She looks at me then. Really looks at me. But you didn't. You saved us instead. Why? I don't have an answer. So I say nothing. She's silent for a long moment. Then, what's your name? I don't have one. Everyone has a name. Not where I come from. We're numbers, tools. I'm 7. She frowns. That's not a name. That's a designation. It's what I am. No. She says it with surprising firmness. It's what they made you. It's not who you are. Something in my chest tightens at those words. I don't know why. What's yours? I ask. Alara. She says it like an offering. I was Prince Damien's nursemaid. I've cared for him since he was 3. An Omega raising an Alpha Prince. Someone had to actually care about him. The court certainly didn't. Her voice carries an edge now. They saw him as a political tool, a future weapon. I saw him as a child who missed his mother. The queen is dead. 3 years now. The king remarried. His new wife. She didn't want reminders of the first queen. I understand the implication. She sent me. Alara nods. I suspected, but I couldn't prove it. The king wouldn't have believed me anyway. An Omega's word against his queen? We're quiet for a while. The fire crackles between us. You should have let me die on those stones, I finally say. Probably. She looks at me across the flames. But I don't leave people to die. Even assassins. That's foolish. Maybe. A small smile touches her lips. But it's who I am. Just like killing is who you are. Was? I correct before I can stop myself. Her eyebrows rise. Was? I don't answer. Yes, because I don't know how to explain that something broke inside me when I chose to defend instead of kill. The days pass slowly. We stay in the clearing. I hunt. She gathers herbs and edible plants. We don't talk much, but the silences aren't uncomfortable. I watch her sometimes. The way she moves through the forest with quiet grace. The way she hums while she works. The way she never flinches from me, even though she knows what I am. One evening she's washing clothes in the stream. I'm sharpening my blades nearby. 7? She calls. I look up. Can I give you a different name? If you don't want it, you don't have to use it. But 7 just feels... wrong? Incomplete, she corrects gently, like calling the ocean water. Technically true, but missing everything important. What name? She's quiet for a moment, thinking. Rowan. It means little red one, for the blood on your blades when we met. But also because Rowan trees are protectors. They ward off evil. I am the evil. No, she says it with absolute certainty. You were used for evil. There's a difference. Rowan. The name settles into me like a missing piece. Rowan, I repeat, testing it. She smiles. It suits you. That night, I dream for the first time in years. Faces appear in the darkness. Everyone I've killed. Hundreds, maybe thousands. I don't keep count. The master always said counting was weakness. But tonight, for the first time, I feel something like regret. I wake to find Alara sitting beside me, her hand on my shoulder. You were crying out, she says softly. I don't cry. Everyone cries, Rowan. Even assassins. The use of my new name does something to me. Makes the darkness feel less absolute. I've killed so many, I hear myself say. Children. Elders. Innocents. The master said it didn't matter. That they were all just targets. But you know better now. Knowing doesn't change what I did. No, she agrees. But it changes what you'll do next. 3 weeks pass. I'm teaching her basic defense. How to hold a knife. Where to strike if threatened. She's a terrible student. Too gentle. Too hesitant. You have to commit, I tell her, adjusting her grip. Half measures get you killed. I'm not a killer, Rowan. You don't have to be, but you need to know how to survive. She tries again. Better this time. Our hands touch as I correct her stance. Well, she doesn't pull away. Neither do I. Something shifts between us. Something I don't have words for. That evening we sit by the fire. Closer than usual. Tell me about before, she says. Before you became 7. I don't remember. The Master took me when I was 4. Everything before that is just darkness. No family? Dead, I think. The Master found me in a burning village, covered in blood. He said I was the only survivor. That's horrible. It made me useful. I look at my hands, these hands that have killed so many. He trained me, shaped me, turned me into a weapon. But you're not just a weapon. Her hand covers mine, small, warm. You chose to save us. That was your choice, not his. I don't know how to be anything else. Then learn. She squeezes my hand. I'll teach you, as if you want. I look at her, really look at her. This Omega who should fear me, who should hate me, who instead offers kindness like it's the simplest thing in the world. I want, I say quietly. Her smile could light the darkness. A month after we found the clearing, everything changes. I'm hunting when I hear her scream. I run. I burst into the clearing to find 3 men, mercenaries by their armor. One has Alara by the arm. She's fighting, but she's not strong enough. The rage that fills me is new, different from the cold efficiency I've always known. This is hot, protective, absolute. I move. The first mercenary dies before he knows I'm there. The second manages to draw his sword. It doesn't help him. The third, the one holding Alara, puts a knife to her throat. Drop your weapons or she dies, he snarls. I freeze, calculate. I can kill him before he cuts deep. Probably isn't certain. Alara's eyes meet mine. She's not afraid. She's sad. Let her go, I say. My voice is flat. Dead. The voice of 7. Your weapons. Now. I drop my blades. The mercenary smiles, pushes Alara away, advances on me. The Master sends his regards. He says, You really thought you could just disappear? That there wouldn't be consequences? The Master? Of course. The mercenary strikes. I dodge, but without weapons, I'm limited. He's good, trained, but I'm better. I kill him with his own knife, but not before he buries his blade in my chest. I fall. Alara's scream seems to come from very far away. I'm on my back. The sky is gray above me. Rain starts to fall. Of course it does. Alara's face appears above me, its tears streaming down her cheeks. No, 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 she's saying, over and over. Don't you dare leave me. Her hands glow silver. She presses them to my chest. The wound burns. It's not working, she sobs. Why isn't it working? I try to speak. Can't. There's blood in my throat. Stay with me, she begs. Please. Rowan, please. Rowan. My name. The name she gave me. Something in my chest. Something beyond the wound. Aches. I'm dying. I know it. I've seen death enough times to recognize it. But I don't want to. Not yet. Not when I've just started to understand what living could mean. I'm sorry, I manage. Blood bubbles at my lips. For everything. For being what I am. You're not sorry for who you are, she says fiercely through her tears. You're sorry for what they made you. Sure, there's a difference. My vision blurs. Darkens. The last thing I see is her face. The last thing I feel is her hand in mine. The last thing I hear is her voice, breaking. I love you, you stubborn fool. Don't you understand? I love you. I want to answer. Want to tell her that I don't know what love is, but whatever I feel when I look at her is probably close. But darkness swallows everything. I wake. I shouldn't be able to. That wound was fatal, but I'm breathing. Alive. I open my eyes. I'm in a bed. A real bed, not the ground. Soft blankets. Sunlight streaming through a window. Where? You're awake. The voice is familiar, but wrong. Too young. I turn my head. The boy from the castle. Prince Damien. Alive. Sitting in a chair beside the bed, watching me with those gold eyes. You're alive, I rasp. Oh, so are you, barely. He leans forward. Alara saved you. Again. She's been healing you for 3 days straight. Wouldn't sleep. Wouldn't eat. Just kept pouring her power into you. Where is she? Resting. Finally. I had to threaten to carry her to bed myself before she'd stop. I try to sit up. Pain lances through me. Not as bad as it should be, but still significant. Easy, Damien says. You lost a lot of blood. Even with Alara's healing, you need time. Why? The question comes out harsher than I intend. Why save me? I came to kill you. But you didn't. He says it simply. You saved me instead. Saved Alara. That matters more than what you intended to do. I'm an assassin. A weapon. You were. He corrects me the same way Alara does. But weapons don't choose. You did. That makes you something else. I don't know what to say to that. Besides, he adds with a small smile, Alara loves you. And I love Alara. She's the closest thing to family I have left. So if she says you're worth saving, I believe her. The door opens. Alara rushes in, still in her nightgown, her hair unbrushed. You're awake, she breathes. Then she's beside the bed, her hands on my face, checking my eyes, my pulse. How do you feel? Does it hurt? Are you dizzy? I'm fine. You're not fine. You died. Your heart stopped. I felt it stop. Her voice cracks. I had to use the bloodstone. I had to transfer part of it to you. It was the only way to bring you back. The bloodstone? Damien pulls out a pendant from under his shirt. A gem that glows with soft silver light. The same color as Alara's healing magic. But it's dimmer than it should be. Smaller. It's split now, he explains. Part of it is in me. Part is in you. We're connected. All three of us. I look at Alara. You gave up your prince's protection to save me. Yes, that was foolish. Probably. She smiles through tears. But I told you, I don't leave people to die. Even stubborn assassins who don't know how to accept love. Love. That word again. I reach up slowly, cup her face in my hand. She leans into the touch. I don't know how to do this, I admit. I don't know how to be gentle or kind, or any of the things you deserve. Then learn, she says, echoing her words from weeks ago. We have time now. The master will send others. Let him. Damien's voice is harder than a child's should be. We'll be ready. All three of us. Alara takes my hand. You're not alone anymore, Rowan. You don't have to fight alone. You don't have to be alone. Something in my chest, something beyond the wound, beyond the bloodstone, cracks open. And for the first time in my life since I was 4 years old, I cry. Not from pain, from relief. Alara holds me while I break apart and start to piece myself back together. Damien tactfully looks away, but his small hand finds my shoulder. Steady. Accepting. This, I realize, is what family feels like. 3 months later, we're no longer in the clearing. Damien used what remained of his father's network to secure us a small house. Remote. Defensible. Safe. I train him in the mornings. Not to be an assassin. To be a warrior. There's a difference. Protect, don't destroy, I tell him as we spar. There's more honor in defending than in killing. You sound like Alara, he says, grinning. Worse things to sound like. Alara watches sometimes from the doorway. She's taken up learning herbs from the local healer. Says her magic shouldn't be her only skill. But mostly, she just makes our house a home. She cooks meals, tends a small garden, sings while she works. She fills the spaces I didn't know were empty. One evening, Damien is asleep upstairs. Alara and I sit by the fire. Do you regret it? She asks softly. Leaving your old life. I consider the question. Really consider it. I regret what I did, I finally say. All the lives I took. All the pain I caused. But leaving? No. Never. Even though the master will keep sending assassins? Even though. I look at her. I've spent my whole life in darkness. You showed me light. How could I regret that? She smiles. That smile that still makes something in my chest warm. Come here, she says. I move to sit beside her. She leans against me, fits perfectly against my side. I love you, she says quietly. I know you struggle with that word, with that feeling, but I need you to know. You don't have to say it back. Just know it. I've been thinking about this, about what love means. The master said love was weakness, that caring made you vulnerable. He was right about the vulnerable part. I'm more vulnerable now than I've ever been. But he was wrong about the weakness. Love isn't what makes you weak. It's what makes you strong enough to choose something beyond survival. I don't know if what I feel is love, I tell her honestly. I don't have anything to compare it to. But I know that when you smile, the darkness feels less heavy. When you're near, I remember that I'm more than just a weapon. When you're in danger, I'd burn the world to keep you safe. I turn to look at her. If that's not love, I don't know what else to call it. Her eyes shimmer with tears. Happy ones this time. That's love, she whispers. She kisses me then. Soft. Sweet. Everything I never thought I'd have. When we part, she's smiling. We're going to be okay, she says. All three of us. Whatever comes, we'll face it together. Together, I agree. And for the first time since I was 4 years old, standing in a burning village covered in blood, I believe in tomorrow. I was sent to kill a prince. Instead, I found a reason to live. The rain has finally stopped falling, and I am finally, truly free.